Good morning, everyone, and welcome. This is Professor Thayer here today to talk to you about how to solve a problem when you are given a geometric shape to draw and some functions to draw some of the pieces to that. So let us go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen with you. Here we have today's problem. We are going to attempt to draw this trapezoid, which is being shown right here. And we have two functions that are given. Our first function will draw the horizontal portions of the trapezoid, and the second function will draw the middle portions of this trapezoid. Notice that it's taking these spaces, the number of spaces. So this will do a repetition with the number of spaces to pad the beginning of the line that it's printing with the spaces that are required. The same will be for this one right here. We see that we are, again, doing repetition with the number of spaces. Here we will have the number of dashes to draw. So this will do, for example, 3 across the top. And in this case, when we are drawing middle portions, we will also need the width of the trapezoid to know how many spaces to insert here. So we see that it actually is a little bit difficult to count the number of spaces in between just because they don't always line up so easily to count. And so what I have done is I have redrawn the desired shape and I just filled in the spaces with some dots. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to print the dots just so that we can count those spaces as we're getting ready. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to replace each of these where we're printing the space character. I'm going to replace it with printing a dot so that we will be able to count easily. All right, so now that we have that there, what we can do is we can go ahead and start doing our solutions. So what we're going to need to do is do some function calls here. So we could go ahead and put in a function call to our first function, draw horizontal trapezoid. Now we see that the number of spaces that we want to have, we can easily count, will be 3. And the width of the trapezoid top will also be 3. So I will do just like that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to draw our first middle. So I'm going to call the middle function. So draw middle trapezoid, and we will need to have how many spaces? So I can easily see here that I will need 2 spaces. And then we are going to have 3 spaces for the width on the interior. So I will put a 3 there like so. Now we'll do similar to draw the next line, which will be this horizontal section right, this middle section right here. So again, we will do draw middle of the trapezoid, and that will be 1 space in the beginning, comma, and 5 spaces wide on the interior. And finally, we will draw the bottom. So we will again call draw horizontal of the trapezoid. Here we can count that there are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide, 9 dashes with no padding on the outside. So it will be 0, 9, just like so. Let us go ahead and run to see what we will get. And we're running this over here. Yeah. So a few items from previous runs here. This is the important stuff we need to look at right here. And we're going to just check this against our little sketch we had here. And I see the 3, 2, 1 pattern on the left-hand side, which is correct, and 3 and 5 dots on the interior. So then the only thing we need to do to clean all of this up is to simply just go back and change the dots back to their original spaces. And we should be good to go. There we go. Make sure you save and go ahead and run. And there you have it. That is our trapezoid. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. I found this helpful, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.